is HALIOS, it is Baphomet. Let's move on. Here's an icon of what's supposed to be Jesus Christ, and once again there's the crown of thorns, the rays, and behind there, look, there's the sun disk. You see, this isn't a depiction of Jesus Christ. I am a born again Christian, and I believe in Jesus Christ. I wouldn't have become a born again Christian through that spiritual transformation if I did not believe in Jesus Christ and his resurrection and confess it with my mouth. That's what you have to do to become born again. So I love Jesus, and I know that this is not Jesus. This is a false idol with a sun disk. Obviously, you know, there's this crown of thorns put on his head, but that is symbolic of HALIOS. But the long hair here lets you know that this is not Jesus, because the Bible says that it's a disgrace for a man to have long hair. So this is a disgraceful person with a sun disk behind his head there. Possibly another cryptography of the Baphomet, but definitely not Jesus Christ. Here we've got another Nazi logo, a cross, and look what's around it, behind it. It's a sun disk, and you will find these sun disks on many other crucifixes in normal churches that you go to. Again, this is a referral straight back to HALIOS worship, and tells you who is really running your churches and who is really running this world, and who was responsible for the Second World War. The Second World War was basically a sacrifice for HALIOS. This is the king of the locusts. Locusts devour everything in their path, and these people who follow HALIOS are basically greedy pigs. They devour everything, and the Nazis did the same thing, of course, and they are still around. They are HALIOS worshippers, and HALIOS worshippers have been here for thousands of years. Here's a sun disk crop circle. So even with the crop circles, you're going to see this HALIOS worship, and you're going to see this also with world rulers. For instance, if I open the next picture here, we've got President Obama, and look what's behind him. It's a sun disk. And finally, let's take a look in a Catholic church in the Mediterranean. I popped into one and took a few photos, and here's one of the so-called saints. I don't know which one it is, I didn't bother looking. However, look at the halo around his head. Halo, HALIOS, remember. Let's take a closer look at that halo, and you can see that it is in fact mechanical. It seems rather strange that you would have a so-called saint with what looks like a flywheel from a car, or the inner workings of a flying disc behind his head, of course with the little teeth on them to represent the sun rays. And there's a cross in the middle as well. Now just close that and go back to the Baphomet there. All of this is about HALIOS. The moon there is about this girl here. Her name is Selene, and she's another Greek Nephilim. And as you can see, on top of her head is the half crescent moon. And remember, the half crescent moon is used in the Muslim faith as well. So if the Muslim faith has the half crescent moon, and it has a star with it. The star is a sun, and the half crescent moon is a representation here of Selene, who is directly linked to HALIOS. In her hand she holds a torch there. You can see that there's a torch there. So she is also a light bearer. So everything about this Baphomet here is about HALIOS, the beast from the pit. So from what I can ascertain from my research and knowledge is that the Baphomet is Apollyon, the beast from the pit, is HALIOS, and that's the name that you should be looking for if you yourself are investigating any of this Satanism that is rife in our world and has caused so much desolation on this earth. The name you should be looking for is HALIOS, EO, IO, It's even used in children's programs, such as even something that might seem as innocent as the Teletubbies. What do they say? They say, "Uh-oh!" And what's in their garden? A sun. So even in children's programs, you're going to find the worship of HALIOS, E-O, A-O, I-O. This is the guy here. This is the Baphomet. HALIOS.